Unapologetic Melody, and this is the second episode of our podcast. I'm your host, Gina, and
I'm your host, Damara.
welcome back to our second episode. So during this episode, we're going to be reviewing Pink Friday 2 by the one and only Nicki Minaj, and we're also going to be discussing female rap in 2023. So let's get started. Oh, and actually, before we start, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content for us. And without ado, let's get started.
So, Pink Friday 2.
Pink Friday 2 has just dropped. Did you just see apparently she's broken the streaming record? She's got like 28 million streams in one day.
I saw. The Bobs are in full formation.
The Bobs, no, do you know? I'm not gonna get my full feelings on the Bobs, but you guys support when it comes time for Nicki. So we're gonna do a review of this album. So how we're gonna review this album is that we're gonna review it through cohesion of the album, production, does it push boundaries, lyrics and storytelling, and how we think that Nicki's done her album rollout. And then we're going to name our favourite and least favourite songs. So, and then we're going to give an overall grade of what we think of the album. So without ado, let's start with our opinions.
Okay.
So do you want to start with our least favourite songs?
You want to do the negative first?
The negative first?
Yeah, that's our least favourite.
Least favourite, okay, so I'm literally getting on my list because I made a whole list of notes while I was listening to Pink Friday 2. Literally.
You got my notes.
Okay, so do you want to go first or should I?
I want to hear you. I want to pick your brain first.
Oh, do you know what I was going to say?
You're so funny.
Do you know why? Because we were listening to Pink Friday 2 and I had a list of notes like, this is what I liked. This is what I disliked. And it was so funny because we had different opinions. So
before we even get into that though, we do have to say we have chosen to wear pink today.
How can we forget?
How can we forget?
In honor
of this review. So shout out to Nicki Minaj.
We dress very special. I was gonna say. So if our favourite do, we're gonna start with the.
Sorry to interrupt you there.
No, don't even apologise.
But yeah, go on then.
Okay, so I put my least favourite song. So I put Beep Beep, right? Because when I put Beep Beep, I was like, it's got a good beat, but I just thought the song was really short and simple. Was it like Beep Beep was like what, like 1 minute and like something seconds? It was just very short. And there just, for me, it just wasn't a lot going on there. So I felt like it was really forgettable. So I kind of.
Beep Beep is, yes, 1 minute and 35. Or no, yeah, 1 minute and 35 seconds.
It's really short.
Short. I feel like by the time I'll be getting into it and then it's finished. That's how I felt about the song.
Yeah, so my second favourite song was, what was it called?
Least favourite.
Sorry, no, least favourite songs, forgive me. Okay, I didn't like Pink Friday Girls. Do you know why? Because, this song is a sample of girls just want to have fun, right? And so I felt like with this song is that it relies way too much on samples. Like, I felt like the main appeal of it is just a sample, and I felt like she didn't really add too much to it. She didn't really kind of put her own thing on it, unlike other songs, so I put that as my least favourite. And I think that my other least favourite song is, let me just get that up.
I know what you're going to say.
What am I going to say? No, actually, do you know what? You tell me and see.
You're going to say Pink Birthday.
Oh, that I was literally going to say Pink Birthday.
I knew you were going to say
because
that.
I put that down, I was like, I literally, in my notes, you're going to laugh at me, I put it was skippable and I was like, I wasn't. Do you know what? When I listened to it, I was just like, I just wasn't feeling it. I was just like, it was just very skippable to me. So those are my least favourite songs. Tomorrow.
So Pink Birthday is also one of my least favourites. Why do I dislike it? I felt like I didn't really like the melodies on the song.
I get what you mean.
Yeah, I don't really like. Yeah, I think mainly the melodies. I didn't really like the melodies on the song. Because I didn't like it, I would just quickly just change it. Also, I'm not actually quite sure why it's called Pink Birthday. I know the album came out on Nicki's birthday.
I think it's because she's going for like a pink theme. I think that was just kind of the thing of her album. I think she was going for pink.
I mean, she does say Happy Pink Birthday in it. Maybe it was a song to herself. Kind of like a gift
To
to
herself, maybe she added it on last minute. I don't actually know. I'm speculating at this point, but maybe she just added it on last minute.
Yeah. The song also is very short as well.
I don't like the short songs on the album. I feel like for me, all her like really short songs are just missing something.
That's fair. Another song that I didn't love. I'm gonna go with Nicki Hendrix.
I can see why you say that. Like, I actually understand
Yeah.
how and why.
Because I love Future, I love Nicki. So in my mind, you know, because they've got a song already together. In the sky. I've forgotten the name. What is the name of it?
I can't actually remember the name of the song, but we can touch it up.
Let me quickly get that.
Do you know what's funny, Tamara? In my notes, I put Future's Future was mediocre in that one. I said that I didn't like
You the baddest. You the baddest. And Tap Out. So they've worked together before. Yeah. And also as well, Future's, you know, in terms of rap, you know, some people see him as a goat. Nicki's a goat. So I'm just like, no, I don't know. I just didn't love the collab. I just thought it could have been something else. It was very melodic as well. And I was just, I don't know what I was expecting. I just didn't envision that. It's a slow song. When I see Future, I was just thinking a club, they're going to do something like club related. That's what I just thought in my mind. Like, but it didn't hit that spot for me. And then my last song that I didn't love, it's sad we have to start with negatives, but you know, it is what it is. Another song that I didn't love, I think I might have to give it to Pink Friday Girls.
I don't like that song because I think for me it's the sample.
Yeah, I might have to give it to Pink Friday Girls, mainly because as well I felt like the sample wasn't amazing. Considering in this same album there's an amazing sample here. So yeah, I didn't think that sample ate as much as the other samples in the album.
I think when there's artists that like when you rely on a sample to carry the song rather than taking a sample and then recreating it into your own, that's a good use of sample to me. But for this song, she relied on the sample to carry the song rather than taking a sample and turning it into her own.
Yeah.
Which is what my problem was.
Because the song already exists. So it's like taking the song, repackaging it, and then, giving it to us as something brand new. Yeah. Because the song's iconic. Girls Just Want to Have Fun is an iconic song alone, and it's very nostalgic for some people. So I do think, yes, the song does rely on that a bit. Honestly, how long is the song again? It's not long, is it?
It's not that long. But my thing is that I would rather...
It's 2 minutes and 45. It's not a long song.
To me, I would just rather listen to Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Like, I'm sorry, like, when I heard that song, just like, I'll just listen to the original. There's not too much being done with it, so I'll just listen to that. But are those all of your negatives? I mean,
we're only going to do 3. We'll do 3. We don't want to put too much bad, negative energy out there.
But now we've gotten the negatives out of the way, let's go into our favourite songs. Okay, I already know my favourite songs off the top of my head. You want to go first?
We have a shared favourite. We'll do the shared favourite last. So do the favourites that you know aren't my favourites.
Okay, one of my favourites, and I was shocked that you didn't feel the same way that I did. I said Forward from Trini. Forward from Trini, do you know why? It's just that I love like that Caribbean vibe. Like I was just like, this is gonna like pop well in the clouds. Like, I'm gonna bust and wine when I hear this. You know, the features for me it slid, and I loved it. I was like, this is great. And you know, Nicki's from Trini, right? She's from Trinidad, right? I was like, it makes sense why she did this. So I thought that she slid. I thought she did her thing. I was like, I want to whine. Like when I was listening, I was like, oh, I want to whine. So I was like, that was my favorite song. The thing is, my other two, they're your favourites as well.
Are they?
Because I'm honestly, my favourite is Red Ruby the Sleeves. I'm sorry, I know it came out.
Fine, no, I'll give you that one. No, take it.
I was gonna say because like I'm sorry, like I know it came out a month ago, but only one of them sleeves. If it sleeves, Red Ruby the Sleeves.
Chinese on my sleeves.
These wannabe Chun-Li's like that. Like the thing is, Nicki started this year with fire, but this came out, I don't know why she didn't like put more promotion into that song. Like she
Mm,
just dropped
mm.
it, and then she dropped like the music video, but then the music video was kind of dry. It was just like her just walking around. No, I'm sorry, for Everybody Sleeves, I think she should have put out a proper music video. Because the thing is, I thought that the pictures that she was gonna take was the theme of the music video, and that's what I thought. But then she didn't do it, so I think it was a missed opportunity. I think she could have put more promotion into it, because I feel like people slept on that song. Like, it was popular when it came out, but I don't think it got that long term love. So
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
but so that's my second favorite. Me and Damara have the same favorite, and everybody featuring Lil Uzi. We're gonna everybody. What's it?
She swears you can't swear. That's why I was like, is it?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
Everybody.
everybody.
Like she's swearing. I can't.
I was gonna say, when I listened to that song, like I started like moving, and that's like I was messaging Damara, I was messaging Damara, and I was listening to the album, and then when everybody came up, I started like moving in my bed because I was sick that day, but everybody was like, "Oh, I wanted to move even though I'm sick," and it's already blowing up on TikTok. Like we're seeing it right now. Like,
Yeah, that song is hard.
good use of a sample.
I loved, and do you know what's crazy? Like, I actually really love the original song. Do you know the original song? Yeah. Don't stop, won't stop the beat. I can't stop. And obviously as well, there's a scene in White Chicks. Have you seen White Chicks? The dance break part. So it just like takes me back to there. And then obviously Nicki came in and slid, and then Uzi just like, when you hear his damn. I literally smiled when I heard his damn. I was like, yes! It just took me to, I just want to rock. It was just so lit. They both ate on that one. I love that song.
They ate. And I was going to say, I have another favourite, but I was going to say, I think I'm going to let you go because I think,
okay, cool.
Because I think your other favourite is the same as mine.
Okay, cool. So I can only say two more, but I actually have a few favourites. But just for the sake of this podcast, I don't want to bore you. So I'm going to go with... Okay. Oh, no. Okay, cool. Can we say more than three?
I'm going to say more than three.
You can say more than three. Okay, cool.
It's a long album. It's a 22 song album, so
it's very long.
More than three.
Honestly, it's very... But I don't want to say that negatively. It's very long, but I'm an album girl. I listen to things from beginning to end. Barbie Dangerous is cold. The bars, the flow, the beat, cold. And also, I don't know if she did it on purpose, but she also sounds like how she slid on Meek Mill. Baby, is you drunk? All Eyes on You.
I'm gonna say I didn't know the name of the song.
I think that is what's called. All Eyes on You, yeah. Yeah, it's called All Eyes on You. Yeah, she slid the same way, like how she was rapping on that song is similar to this one. So some people are like, oh, you're stealing your old flows, whatever, but it's like your own art, so you can replicate that as many times as you want. In my opinion, as long as Nicki Minaj, she's shown she's very, what's the word? Like a chameleon, she can do anything.
She is a chameleon.
Versatile, that's the word. She's very versatile.
Her and Doja Cat are both chameleons. Yeah. Oh, and Doechii too.
Yeah, she's very versatile. She's proved that. So from time to time, if you like take me back to flows that you've done in other songs many, many years ago now, I don't mind that. I love that. So Barbie Dangerous, the bars in that song are crazy as well.
What?
I've got to say another favourite. There's like, okay, cool. Red Ruby the Sleaze, yeah. But you went into that one, so I won't. There's two here. Okay, cool. I think we have a shared one. We have a shared one?
We do.
Okay, cool. So I'll say the one that's not shared. Cowgirl. I love that one.
I didn't like that song that much, and I think you were shocked when I was like, yeah, I didn't get it. Like, I was just like, I thought the song was okay.
I like Cowgirl. It's like, first of all, Lordies. I think I said her name right, Lourdes or Lordies. I think she's a little hook like queen. She also collaborated with Sweetie on Backseat on I can't remember the name of Sweetie's EP. Let me go get
Was
it
it the
now.
High Maintenance one?
No. It was like a collab. It was a collaboration album by Sweetie, worked with artists on the come up.
Oh,
It's
okay.
cold, but obviously when Sweetie makes good music, everyone wants to overlook that one. Yeah, Pretty Summer Playlist. It's on Pretty Summer Playlist. It's hard. And she made a song with Lordies called Backseat. And that's the song that actually introduced me to Lordies. So when I saw her on this album, I was really happy. I was like, what? Like, you've gone from Sweetie to Nicki Minaj in 2 years. That's lit. Shout out to you, Lordies. But yeah, I really like that song. You know how there always has to be that song about sex on an album in rap. That's what I think personally. You can disagree. But it's that song, it's melodic, it's for girls. It's literally it's for the girls. It's like to feel good. Like I like that song, and I think her bars are cold as well on that song. Do you want to do our shared?
Yeah, you should say it.
Let Me Calm Down. Yes, okay. I was worried that I was gonna be wrong, but what am I wrong?
I was like, I'm gonna save this one because I was like, what is there to be said?
Let Me
Go
Calm
on.
Down. First of all, the beat.
The beat, that production was really good in the song.
Beat, like, if I could hug a beat, I'm hugging that. Like, I love that beat. And then I love how Nicki enters the song just gully as she usually does. And then by the time J. Cole has come, that's literally just sealed it. It just sealed the deal. Like, wrap the song up, like, eat it. Like, there you go.
Can I just say, J. Cole has given one of the best feature runs. J. Cole has given one of the best feature runs that we've seen in ages. His feature run has been unmatched. And just him, like, especially on, like, this album, which is more melodic and really, obviously, Nicki's always been very, very girly, but in her last 2 albums, like Pink Print and Queen, she's heading more back into her hip-hop era. But this album, because it's Pink Friday, is a reflection of all of her pop rap girly era. And so just knowing how J. Cole is so, like, willing to effortlessly
yeah,
slide on these on like these types of songs with different types of sounds just shows how talented he is. He elevated that song to a different level. That
it was already
feature
really high.
It was already high.
I did this, but it was already here. But then he just took it literally to like the top. He took it to the top. Ooh, and also I think J. Cole's a chameleon as well. He can make a club song. He can make
conscious songs,
conscious music as well. Like his verse was just insane, and I think he's got a beautiful rapping voice. I really love his rapping voice. It's very distinct. Like you hear it and you know it's him. So yeah, the talent me saying he's talented is an understatement. His verse is so beautiful.
J. Cole's a goat, so he did his thing.
Yeah, it was literally like honoring a baddie. It was just like I loved his lyrics. He's great. I love J. Cole.
So I was gonna say, has that ends our favorites?
Yeah.
Okay.
There are some other songs, but we'll be here.
We'll be here.
Literally, we'll be here till next year.
We'll be here till next year. So we're gonna also now talk about just like our overall opinions on the production of the album and the lyricism and storytelling and the cohesion. So I'll probably summarize mine in obviously not too long because we don't want to be here for 15 years. But what I'm trying to say is, for me personally, this is where it's gonna get a bit controversial. I felt like the album wasn't really cohesive to me. I felt like it was more of like a singles kind of album where single here, single there. But I felt like the album wasn't telling a story. I felt like Queen told like more of a cohesive kind of story into what Nicki was trying to sell, what Nicki was trying to do. But I felt like this one was kind of just meant for singles that will pop off here and there rather than a cohesive kind of sound. Even with the original Pink Friday, there was more of a cohesive flow into what she was telling in Pink Friday, but with here, it just felt like single. That's how I felt about it being cohesive. What do you think? Like, did you think it was cohesive? Or
I'll be very honest. Although I love Everybody, I do think that it's kind of out of place on the album. Another song that's out of place is Blessings. There's a gospel song there. When I was literally just like listening to the album, and when the song came on and I heard Tasha Cobbard.
She was good.
No, that's disgraceful. Tasha Cobbs Leonard.
She was good.
Her voice is beautiful. She's a gospel singer. So as soon as I heard her voice, I just immediately went to see who it was because I knew it wasn't Nicki. And I appreciate the song, but I did think it's kind of out of place. Like, but I know that Nicki is in touch with, like, her faith. And this isn't the first time that she's actually shouted out this artist as well, this gospel singer. I think Super Freaky Girl also is out of place.
Do you know why? I feel like because that song came. Oh, do you know what? I actually forgot that song was even on the album because it literally came out a year ago. But we need to be honest. That song was to give Nicki a number one. It was strategically designed to get a number one. I'm not hating Nicki on that. I'm not gonna fall for that because that is the game. We have certain songs that are designed to chart high.
Yeah, the sample's very popular.
As I say, the sample was designed to get to number one. It is a bit weird when we listen to it in the whole context of the album. So I'm not gonna. So you're right.
Yeah.
That is a single song, not really fitting on the album. You're right.
I also think Needle was out of place.
I agree with that as well.
It's a vibe. I do think the song's a vibe. I do
tone.
imagine it's a summer song. Needle's definitely a summer song, or Late Night Drive song. I think Drake ate on the chorus. I do think the chorus is sick. And Nicki singing it did go, it went. It went, I feel like there's some songs where we get the gully rap, then it's like the sample kind of pop kind of way that we go. And then it's like the really slow singing songs. So I understand though, an album's supposed to show versatility, and it's not supposed to be the same.
It has to flow.
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's the track listing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what's a different opinion? I felt like Nicki sang a bit too much on this album. I personally feel like Nicki can sing, but for me, I personally feel like Nicki's at her strongest when she limits the amounts of singing and she saves it for bits and bobs. I feel like on this one, it was too much.
You thought it was too much?
I thought it was too much, but I understand the vibe of the album, what she was going for, so I get it, but I feel like Nicki's at her strongest. Like, for example, like, Last Time I Saw You, it fit there, because that's a ballad. Aww. But I felt like she should have just limited the singing here and there. But maybe she's thinking because, like, her last two albums, like Queen and The Pink Print, are like, pure hip-hop albums, that's what trying to go there. But I personally just feel like Nicki's at her best when she limits it. Is that it for how you feel about Cohesion? Because we still can't get through, like, the 3 other things.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I think, album's supposed to show range. And it does show range. I think that's why she was singing more. I think she was trying to show that, I'm the best, one of the best rappers, MCs out there, but I can really sing. I think that's maybe the avenue she was trying to go down. But yeah.
Yeah. So if we're going to do another one. If we're going to talk about like productions and sonics, right? I felt that the production was kind of basic on this album. I was gonna say, however, there are some songs where the production is better.
Okay.
On some songs, but then there are other songs that's like, the production was just a bit lacking in some places. I will say, and this is not a thing with Nicki, I don't like this recent trend of the over-reliance on samples to get songs popping. This is not a Nicki thing. So this is like, people just say I'm hating on Nicki. I'm not hating on Nicki. I just don't like this trend that loads of celebrities are doing of taking samples and just kind of just relying on samples to bring us popular. Like, I want to go back to the old days. If we're going to take samples, we have the sample and then it's turned into something completely new that you can't, that is repackaged. But now it is the trend that you want to hear the original beat, and then that's why people like the song, because they can recognize it. Like, I love Everybody, and it pops off because we know the original beat. But I felt like Nicki kind of made it enough into her own thing.
Yeah, Uzi was a beautiful touch and as
Uzi,
well.
And Uzi had this thing, but I just felt like the production.
The Jersey beat is the boom, 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 boom. That is mad. That sound gets me going.
That Jersey stuff.
Gets me going. It's what I need. I don't know what's in it, but it just gets me like, yeah.
I just felt like the production was just basic and kind of just over-relied on sampling, but it wasn't like terrible or anything. I just felt like, it can be more a bit experimental, but maybe that's not what she's aiming to do. And again, I'm holding Nicki to a very high standard because she is the queen of rap. So I was going to say, I'm going to hold Nicki to a high standard because she's Nicki Minaj. And so she's the pinnacle of rap. Not even female rap, just rap.
Yeah.
So I will be harsher on you when I review you because you're great.
Okay, wait, so you said the production's meaty.
Yeah, so it's just
I don't think it was meaty. I think the beats were good. Yeah, I think the beats were good. Especially R&B has a nice beat. Let Me Calm Down has a nice beat. For me, Falling For You has a really nice beat. Barbie Dangerous is cold. Obviously, everybody. FTCU as well. I think the beat for that is cold. I like the beat for Big Difference as well, you know.
Big Difference had actually, do you know what? I actually was saying that Big Difference had a really like good beat.
So do you know what? Yeah, I don't think it was mediocre.
That's fine.
I don't think it was mediocre. I thought it was good. I thought it was good. Like, the majority of the beats I liked. For me, it wasn't the beat that was the problem as to why I didn't really love the song. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Apart from the Pink Friday girls, I thought there was a lot going on in that song.
Yeah. So I think the last thing we're going to talk about before we give our final grade and go into our next topic is, do we think this album is going to push boundaries? I'm going to keep it being pick it a buck. Good album. I'm going to say no. Because you know why? I'm holding Nicki to a very high standard. And again, I'm going off of things like the first original Pink Friday, because Nicki hyped this album a lot. I'm naming it Pink Friday 2 after the precedent of the original Pink Friday and how it pushed the boundaries of rap. For me, it's not up there with pushing boundaries with the original Pink Friday or even the Pink Print. And I liked Queen a lot, but everyone decided to be with the album because that was during the Nicki hate train with her and Cardi B.
People don't. Yeah,
people were hating on her when the album came out.
Yeah, no, I hear you. With me, I purposely don't let myself get immersed in all the nonsense that surrounds that. I listen to the album, and if it's cold, it's cold. I don't care if you're badding people up, and it's like mutual though. It's not like you're just going around. If you two people have beef, I'm not involved. I'm just gonna listen, and if it's cold, it's cold. So that's why I probably didn't remember there was so much surrounding Queen.
Crazy controversy.
But I do remember though. Yeah, you're right. Actually, you're right. I remember now. Good Form, Bed. Those are 2 videos I remember that came out, and it was kind of quiet. That's what I remember. But push boundaries. Do you know what? She did share a lot. She shared.
Yeah, she did on Pink Print, Pills and Potions.
No, man, no.
Wait,
no.
Listen,
that's not the sharing I'm talking about.
I know we have to move to our next topic really soon, but Pills and Potions, like,
that's not the sharing I'm talking about. Like, that's a heartbreak song. Like, tell me a female artist that does not have that song on an album. Come on.
Okay, I can't say that. Okay.
Like, that's the heartbreak song. I really liked it, and I was empowered. It was great. But like, for example, Are You Gone Already? I'm sure she talks about her father's passing.
And yeah, she did.
Yeah.
And Last Time I Saw You was a very emotional song.
Yeah, and her babe, she talks about Papa Bear.
Yeah. But no, but we can get that. Like, will it push the boundaries and the spectrum? That I just don't think it will. Like, I feel like there's just not enough, like...
Does it push boundaries?
I don't think it's pushing the boundaries. It's not experimental enough in how it pushes the culture forward.
Let me answer that then.
Need to know.
Pushing boundaries, I appreciate that she shared with her father passing, the stress she went through. I think she alluded to like going through a really tough time, all of that. But in terms of pushing boundaries for like lyricism, although she does eat, production wise, fair enough. I'm going to say no as well. I didn't want to, but I'm going to have to say it does not.
Doesn't mean it's not a great album, guys.
Yeah.
We're music critics. So, how do we give our overall grade of Nicki Minaj Pink Friday 2? Do you want to give your first grade? Okay, because Damara's scared because there's a high chance we might be attacked by the Bobs.
Go by. No.
Oh, do you know what's fine? Damara has no fear of being attacked by the Bobs.
No, I'm just sad.
Do you know
I'm just sad that, I wasn't like...
I'm going to give Pink Friday a B plus.
Mm.
And I think for me, because although I enjoyed the album, I think because she hyped it to a certain point, I'm holding it to the standard of Pink Friday, which set the bar so high. And for me, it kind of underwhelmed me. Does not make it a good album, but from what I was expecting and from what was being said to me, it just didn't live up to the standards. Like, I'm holding this to Pink Friday. Because she said at that bar, we name it Pink Friday 2. I'm holding it to that standard. And for me, it was still a good album and I had a fun time listening to it. But because it didn't fully live up to the album to me, that's why I gave it that rating.
Yeah.
I'm going to get attacked.
Yeah, I'm just sad. Just because I didn't... Yeah, when I listened, I didn't have the same feeling that I thought I would have had because obviously, you know, it's called Pink Friday. So I'm going to give it a B plus as well.
But it's still fun, man. We had a good list. I can't even lie.
But then that doesn't take away from the songs I really love. The songs I really love, they're in my playlist. I've been banging them. It's just, yeah, I agree. Underwhelming is such a strong charged word, but yeah, that is kind of how I felt when I listened.
But listen, so the songs that we do like, they're in our playlist, and I'm banging my songs I like. Like, the songs I like, when 4th and Trini comes in the club, I'm gonna be shaking like bum. I'm gonna be shaking bum. So I'm gonna say the songs that I liked, they're in my heavy playlist. We will be making TikToks.
Everybody. That's actually my song, by the way.
So, this is our Pink Friday 2 review, and please let us what you know in the comments about what you thought about Pink Friday. So, yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys.
And so on to our next topic. Let's talk about female rap in 2023. Oh my goodness.
Let's get into it.
This has been the year of female rap. I'm gonna say this has just been the year that first time in history that females are just dominating rap in a way that we've never seen before. And we love it as women.
Yeah. It's a great time to be a female rapper, I'm not gonna lie.
I was gonna say like we're literally gonna talk about all of like the mainstream rap girls and just where and how they've been doing in 2023 and very short thoughts about where we think that they're going in 2024. So let's dissect female rap in 2023. First girl we got on the list, Miss Sexy Red herself. Do you want to say it or should I? I feel like, do you know why? You know, we talk about this in private, right? But we don't really like to because no one says it online. So it's like, I'll be able to say it. I don't get it. I'm gonna say it.
So when you say you don't get it, right? So you need to be clear. What is it that you don't get?
So when Pound Town came up, I know it went viral because it's so like fun and silly that it's catchy. And then obviously then she had like Ski, and you know at the end of the day is you know it's okay with Buck. It's not really about how it's not really being the most talented anymore in 2023. It's about can you have a really viral song. It's all about the chorus, right? If you have a really good hook, that is what carries you. For me, I don't actually find the hooks that even enjoyable. You don't think they're that good? But I was gonna say seems to be in the minority because everybody likes Ski and Pound Town, but I've never found the hooks memorable to me. So I seem to be in the minority at this point when I tell you I genuinely don't get it with Sexy Red, and I try, and I've listened to her stuff. I can't get into it, and I don't get it.
Okay, so for me, I think I get it. Like, it's because her lyrics are very, very vulgar. It's stuff we haven't... Like, obviously, we know hip-hop is vulgar. And hip-hop rap is vulgar, right? But because she's taken it to a whole new level... I'm not going to repeat the lyrics. She's taken it to a whole new level that I think people didn't actually think that you could even, like, talk or say on a song because it's so explicit. She goes to places that people don't usually go. And I think that shock factor is what... kind of surrounds Sexy Red people, kind of intrigued. She's still a new artist. So I think it's that idea of like, who is she? Where has she come from? Why is she like so vulgar and things like that.
I think it's her personality, to be honest,
that as well,
that's holding it up.
And her fashion choices. She's very outspoken and confident, and she just don't care. She don't even care whether you get it or not. Like, she's there, she's making her stuff. I think, you know, like you said, she makes catchy hooks, and that's her formula, and it's working.
But here's the thing, though. This is also where I'm going to say controversial stuff. When it comes to making catchy songs, to me, it's gimmicky. And my thing is that I've come to realize something, and this is what I say. Gimmicks are temporary. At the end of the day, is this stuff will get you on and viral, but talent and actual, like, will sustain you. I think right now, and I seem to be like the only person apparently online who wants to say this, I don't see anybody else saying it. I think it's because I don't get it. I think for now, people will follow the gimmicky songs that she makes because, you know, she has a song Shake Your Dreads because she's aiming for that catchy song where you have a little dance to it. For me, I think the gimmick will wear off after a while. I think it'll take another year or two, but I want to see if Sexy Red will be around in 3 or 4 years because I don't know if the gimmick of the catchy viral song will sustain her. Because for me, personally, I don't think the talent is there. I'm getting, like, you guys can roast me about what you think about Sexy Red, but for me, I don't get it. So I don't think that she'll be around for a long time.
I don't think so.
No, because for me, I don't think that the talent will be there. I feel like people are there for, like, the viralness of it, and they just like the raunchy persona. But I think after a while, it will lose its shine. I genuinely believe that people will get bored, and then in about 2-3 years, they'll actually be like, no, we need something more.
Do you know what? I don't know if I agree with that. I think there are artists that we look to make those gimmicks, and we don't expect this, you know, heartfelt pen or deep struggle and political deep lyrics. I think for her specifically, because as well, I can't remember the state she's from now. Let me even go
Where is she
check.
from, that Missouri?
Is it Memphis? Let me go check.
But my thing is, will it last? That's what I need to know.
But that's the thing.
Will it last?
But that's the thing. You can literally make these songs that are for moments, and that literally can get you. That can get you going. That can literally
dangerous.
Get you going on from year to year to year. Like, all she does need to do is make another catchy hook to whatever beat is popular at that time, and
I don't think
it might go viral.
I don't think it's sustainable. You have a song, it fizzles out. You have another song, you fizzle out. You're relying on singles, and Sweetie did the exact same thing. Sweetie. I like Sweetie, but she's a singles girl. Sweetie is a singles girl, and she's
still got her deal. She's still signed, and that's the same for Sexy Red. I think with this, it just depends on the type of artist you want to be. It's not sustainable if you want a career like maybe Beyonce and Rihanna, and let me even say some rap examples. You know, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar. You know, they do like arena tours. You see what I mean? They can put out music without no promo, and it's gonna go platinum. Those type of artists are the ones that we look for range, versatility, in-depth conversations, high production, great music videos. You know, great tours. Artists that aren't looking to be that, but they're here like right now, they literally just takes them to have one song, and that can keep them going for 2 years. So think of it as if she releases a song every 2 years, 3 times, that's 6 years. You see what I mean? So it depends on, in my opinion, it depends on the type of artist you want to be. It can sustain, honestly, from what I've seen in the music industry now and trends, it can actually sustain you.
But just remember, there's an artist, I'm talking about a male artist, who had these gimmicky songs and he was huge. He had 50 times more views than Sexy Red. I'm going to say Tekashi 6ix9ine.
That's a different case.
But that's not what I can think of. Case. We thought Tekashi 6ix9ine had huge songs and he was very gimmicky. Obviously, he had the whole gang situation.
That is what ruined his. Let's not sit here and say his music is why he's not selling as much as he did.
Okay, Lil Pump then. Is that a better example? Okay. Lil Pump. And he had way more views. Gucci Gang.
Gucci Gang, yes. 𝐂𝐓𝐇.
I was gonna say because
That song, I like that song. But
so Kanye.
yes, see, those two songs got him to Kanye. It's sustainable. Then the songs that followed that, let's be real, they weren't catchy enough or good enough.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that might happen to Sexy Red.
If the song is good enough and catchy enough, remember, enough is the key word here. Enough. I don't know who was A&Ring Lil Pump and doing the rollouts for Lil Pump. And maybe their ears wasn't in the streets because it was on point for the other two, and he managed to make a song with Kanye West. So I don't know, maybe his label situation changed, something changed with Lil Pump where the quality of his catchy songs were not as good as it was.
And I'm just saying that can happen to Sexy Red, but I just want to summarize with the Sexy Red stuff is that I just feel like when you rely on viral songs to get catchy, it is a good because people go viral and people like it for now. I think it's just a dangerous game because at the end of the day, it's not every song that you're going to release is going to be viral. Not every song you release, everyone's going to find catchy. And I feel like people are fickle. People get bored of this stuff eventually. And I'm telling you something, I can see a future. Like, I will gladly correct myself in 3-4 years if Sexy Red is still one of the main girls and that she's still getting the same level of support in 4 years. I will put my hands on my heart and I'll say I was wrong about Sexy Red. But for now, and also just knowing just how fickle and how many we've seen people come off and fall off, I just don't think with the type of music that she's doing, it is sustainable for a long time. Maybe for another year, maybe for another 2 years, but 4 years. 4 years, I personally, for me, I can't see it.
I understand what you're saying. All I'm saying is, like, with how music is now changing how it is, you literally can just make a song. Say, for example, Sexy Red decides to take some time out for a whole year. She comes back in a year's time and makes a catchy song that's current at that time. That could be enough. You see what I mean? So it doesn't mean, like, you have to frequently put out music as an artist. She's had so much success, she can literally take a year out or two if she wants, write for people, do some guest features here and there. Even features can even carry you. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah,
features
you can make money from features.
Literally. So, and her feature with the baby literally went viral on TikTok.
Oh yeah, is it Shake Some?
Yeah, literally. Yeah. So that can literally carry you. So all I'm saying is, depending on the type of artist you want to be, technically, it can be sustainable to just rely on viral moments. If you master the formula and you are able to change with the times and make what's popular at that time. I think that's what happens to some artists, that they're not able to do that, and that is why they fall off.
Good point. So, moving on to our next rap girl, Gorilla.
Glorilla.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. You guys are not supporting Gorilla. I'm sorry. I'm not even gonna keep it a buck. I feel like since Tomorrow 2, you guys just don't support her. Like, I'm sorry, like, Tomorrow 2 is honestly amazing song. One of Cardi's best verses. It was amazing. But obviously she had like another kind of big hit. It was like Lick or something. I wasn't crazy about the song, but I was gonna say it still went viral. And then she had the song Pop It and Cha Cha Cha. I did not like Cha 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 at all, but obviously she was going for a viral song. You guys did not support that. You guys also didn't support Pop It. And
did you like those songs?
No, I didn't like those songs.
So could it be that maybe that is why the support isn't there? But if the fans don't like it, rather than blindly support music you don't like.
But my thing is that up in these blogs, like, you'll be like, I love Gorilla, listen to her music. I'm like, but then when I go on her channel and I check her views and stuff, it doesn't translate. You guys, the way you guys say you support online, I have to roast you guys. It never translates to the support to actual artist music, which is why I'm calling you guys out when it comes to Gorilla. I keep seeing you on these blogs saying one thing, but I check the numbers, I check the analytics. It don't translate.
But you do know, like, literally, it takes nothing to just say, like, I like Gorilla. To actually be a fan, you have to go out of your way. And I think that's in this day and age. People just become more lazy in this effort. Like, if people see that your little snippet you've put out, they don't really like it, then they're not going to go out of their way to watch the video. They're not going to really engage with it.
Yeah, so I just feel like with Gorilla, obviously, so I was gonna say, I mean, Tomorrow 2 was also still in like the Billboard top 10 of like the biggest hits of 2023. But I was gonna say it's not to say that all of her songs should have been bad, but I've personally been listening to to other singles that she's put out, and for me they just haven't. I'm not comparing it to Tomorrow 2, but for me it's just that they haven't. Something's just not clicking for me, and I know she's planning to release an album. A few months ago, she said that her album's coming, but I'm just not seeing the same anticipation or that same hype that she was getting compared to last year. Even before Tomorrow 2, she had F&F, which was huge. I liked her song like No Love and like all and all
I
that
like
kind
Blessed.
I like that one too, but just this year it just feels the vibe feels different. So I need to see how her album does. But am I crazy? Like, does the vibe seem different for Gorilla this year compared to last year?
I think last year she was making, songs with beats that she was more used to, and I don't want to say confident or comfortable on, but just songs that the beats but they suited her voice so much. I feel like now is it called Cha Cha with 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄𝐎?
Yeah, you love this part, man. It was so funny.
𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄𝐎 on the drill beat.
Tomorrow went crazy when she.
It's just yum. It's just But yeah, I think those kind of beats conflict. Yeah, the drill beats. Just specifically that song, I thought it was kind of conflicting her voice. So I think now she's trying to do beats that are more popular and current, but that's not always doesn't always sound the best. So I think that's what's changed. Like maybe the A&Ring and the beat selections are very, very different.
Maybe she's changed producers or something. I don't actually know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Obviously, it's too early. I'm not even counting.
Yeah, I'm
Gorilla
giving her time.
Well, listen, we give her time.
She's still seen as a new artist. Finding the right songs, beats for you. It does take time. Some people find it quicker. Some people, it takes them a bit longer. I think she's still got time to find her foot, and she's got a fan base, and that's what you need. That's all you need.
And she hasn't released her first album yet, so I need to see her first album. But I just definitely feel like this year I'm just not seeing that same level of like support.
Yeah, and Tomorrow 2 did skyrocket her career. We're not gonna
Cardi
overlook
B,
that.
The power of a Cardi B, Cardi B feature.
So that kind of might have given her more pressure. Oh my gosh, now everyone's eyes is on me. I need to be on beats that everyone's on or using right now.
See, this is why if I was an artist, I'd never want to be have a huge hit straight off the bat, because then I have how can I get
pressure?
That's why the sophomore slump is a real thing. That is why, because I can't do it. I'd rather just have my first album and be okay, and then get better and better, because I don't want to have to have a great first album and then your label and everyone's putting pressure on you, and then when it doesn't, I don't know. All right, Ice Spice.
Sorry, I had to do that.
Ice
Spice. This one's quite controversial. I've seen so many different views and all of this and that. I like Ice Spice.
I like her as a person too.
Let's just stick to the. We're just gonna do the music now. We're just gonna do the music. I like Ice Spice. I think her EP was good. My favorite song was Gangsta Boo. I don't see her going anywhere. I think she solidified herself. 10 years, she was gonna be in conversations, and you might think I'm crazy for saying that, but I think she's solidified in music and entertainment as a whole.
But for me, this is why I have to bring in her personality. I feel like her personality also plays a huge role into it.
Cool. I think she's the only female artist, that was on the beat she was on. And that's why I think she solidified herself. Her and Riot. Yeah, specifically Bronx. And she's kind of made it palatable and for ears that aren't just into that drill sound.
Mm.
And her voice as well is feminine and it's nice. That's why I think she's going to be in conversations in many, many years to come. She's the only one, correct me if I'm wrong, but her voice is so distinct. She can change genres if she wants.
I'd say Doechii kind of has a different one.
I'm with rap though. What are we talking about here?
Because you know why? Doechii does sing it. Oh, I mean, actually, no, because Doechii's biggest
saying a singer.
Yeah, do you know why? It's because Doechii does both.
Exactly.
But then right now, her song popping off is just not a rap song.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, I see Doechii as an artist I thought we were just doing rap specifically.
Okay, yeah. Do you know why? Because we talk about this. I keep putting Doechii in the rap conversation,
Yeah.
and we get into this debate because Doechii
She
has
sings
so many...
as well. Like, she's a chameleon. She's a chameleon. Like, that's why we haven't included Doja. I said Doja.
We'll get into Doja, yeah, but
yeah.
So Ice Spice again.
Ice Spice, yeah. I think that's why I think she's in conversations, not just because of her personality. I can't compare Ice Spice to anyone right now.
I also have to give Ice Spice played it very strategically. Like, we have to have a conversation of how she's pushed herself. So she had the EP like Boy's a Liar, huge, especially in the UK. It was huge here. One of the biggest songs in the UK this year. But then she had the Princess Diana remix. And Nicki brought that song to another level. And then, through a really funny mishap because of one of Taylor's ex-boyfriends, she managed to get...
I'm doing that to you.
No, it's fine, it's fine. And so she managed to get that song with Karma. And this was the first collab that Taylor Swift ever did with a female rapper, which I feel like nobody talks about. Like, Taylor Swift has never collabed with a female rapper before. And so she got that collab and that. And so most of her hits have been in like the top 10 all year. So she strategically puts herself in places. And let's just keep it a buck. I think that friendship with Taylor is purely friendship, but I also think it's a PR thing. And I'm not going to hate on her at all.
I mean,
it's smart.
Even if it is a PR thing, like, are they not supposed to take pictures together?
No, like, I do that as well, because, like, having her, like, on SNL introducing Ice Spice, that was, like, crazy. I was like, damn.
Was Taylor Swift not on that segment?
No, she just came to introduce Ice Spice. Like,
I think
she wasn't in
I
there.
feel like that's her supporting her, like, she's a new artist. I thought, what does Taylor gain now of taking time out of her schedule just to go there, like... Do you get what I mean? You could say PR, but I actually think like Taylor messaged with her, and that's why she did it.
Oh no, I do. I think they have a friendship now, but in the beginning, I think because of the backlash, because of that whole Matt Healy situation, because one of her exes, one of the podcasts, and said like some really offensive kind of racist things about her, and Taylor got backlash for association. I think that collab to me was definitely strategic, but I'm not gonna.
It was like a middle finger to this guy.
I felt like it was a way of her to be like, because, you know, people were blaming her, which was so, like,
Wait,
silly.
what was I don't understand. What was it?
Okay, so what happened was that Taylor had a boyfriend named Matt Healy.
Is he not in the 1975? Is that not him?
Yes.
Okay.
He went on a podcast and he talked about Ice Spice, and he said some kind of racial comments about her looking like just saying the way she looked. I don't have to repeat it, but he made offensive comments. He got insane backlash, and Taylor got backlash
for that being her ex. So you date racist guys.
Yeah. So then, then afterwards, then her collab with Taylor Swift is announced, and everyone was like, let's put two and two together. Like, people like, okay, Taylor, we see why you're doing this. Okay. I believe now they formed a good friendship. But I think for most of us who were like, it felt like it was giving PR because of the backlash, because people were like, why do you have a racist boyfriend? And then they split shortly after that.
Yeah, I can see why people would think that.
But I'm not fighting Ice Spice for that. I would do the exact same thing. Yeah, and she's played it so well. Yeah. And now she's friends with Taylor Swift, and that has brought her to another level. Because now everyone of all races know her, and it's expanded her base to not just black and brown people. She's expanded her audience internationally to white people, because white people know Ice Spice. I remember like Hispanic, all people of all races know her.
Everyone likes Ice Spice, including North.
She literally did.
Love North.
She did a Dunkin' Donuts ad with Ben Affleck.
That's mad. I need to see that advert. I haven't seen it, but I heard about it though.
It was cute. So she has done a good job, and Deli was huge as well because of that beat.
The beat is crazy.
So I feel like she's played, like, she has an amazing team, and she's strategically planted herself. It is strategic, but again, it's the industry, so I'm not even gonna fault her for that. She's brilliantly strategically put herself in these places to expand herself, as you should do. And so I'm going to say she's played it smart, very, very smart. Even to say, she may not be the best lyricist, but she's not aiming to be. Like, Ice Spice, that she said in an interview, I'm not even trying to be a lyricist. Like, my songs are catchy, she just wants to go over her head. Like, she knows, like, I'm glad that she's self-aware about that I'm not trying to be a lyricist. I make catchy, pretty girl kind of sweetie vibes music, and she's honest with herself, and I respect her for actually being real with herself for it.
Yeah, like Munch, it's literally in the titles of the song. Like, if you thought I was feeling you, like, it was, I even said like she's just meeting demands of what people. In my opinion, she's just making what people want to hear, and in a nice, authentic, original way. But I do have to say, like, she's on a song called One Time with 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄𝐄, Skilly Bang, and J.I. the Prince of New York. That song's hard. Her delivery on that verse is hard, but like I've always said, when artists that kind of make songs that are catchy, when they actually eat on a verse, we all pretend that song don't exist because we don't want to give them credit, but then we always look at their kind of cash cow songs and say, yeah, they're just mediocre, blah, blah, blah. Like, I do think she's capable of rapping. She also has on the radar freestyle that is cold, but obviously, like I said, we don't want to acknowledge that one because she's showing her she's got talent. We all just want to like throw them under the bus and say, oh, they can't do anything. Like Pretty Girl was talked about for way too long, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Was that the name of the song, right?
Pretty Girl, that one with friMet. Yeah, it was.
Way too long, like, but whatever. It's whatever.
Okay, so unfortunately we have... So our next artist that we'll be talking about is Cardi B and how she's been doing this year. I feel like Cardi B's had a really good feature on, actually, honestly, for the past 2 years. Up there with 𝐂𝐶ole for me personally.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah.
Do you know why? I just feel like, because Tomorrow too, and then obviously Point Me To. I was going to say Point Me To.
I love that song. I love them both.
Underrated song. I felt it didn't get the amount of love it deserved. Was it Put It On The Floor Again? I think her feature run has been unmatched, and now she's beginning her rollout for her next album with Bongos.
What are your thoughts of Bongos?
There's a reason why she put it to me first. The thing is, I'm like, Bongos is catchy. I don't really like Bongos.
Like Bongos. I thought Megan's verse was crazy.
Yeah, no, Megan's verse was better, but
crazy,
do you know
insane in the membrane.
Do you know with Cardi is that sometimes I understand why she does this, but for me it's when she does the ABC rhymes, and I get it because those are the rhymes that are catchy and more digestible. But also it's like she has those rhymes that are more like, I mean, would you say her verse on Tomorrow 2 was an ABC rhyme?
First of all, I don't think this ABC rhyme is a thing. Respectfully, I don't like it. When you say this, it hurts my ears. Actually, it's like, stop saying that. But I guess your valid is valid. You can have your own, you can think that's your opinion. But no, I don't. Do you think it is?
I classify some of her songs as the ABC rhymes.
Is Tomorrow 2 ABC?
That's what I was asking you. Like, Tomorrow 2 is an ABC to me, but the Bongos one was like an ABC. Like,
that is a pop. So I feel like obviously when rappers make pop songs, specifically female rappers, there's a way to go about it. So I'm gonna now drop examples. Super Bass. That is the most pop rap song I've ever heard. One of the biggest pop songs I've ever heard in my life. Not to say I don't love it. I love the song. But like now to compare Super Bass to maybe say Did It On or Moment for Life. You see what I mean? Like it's just, you don't compare the two. Like when you make pop songs, there's a way to go about it. There's like boxes you tick. It has to be catchy. It's not about being a lyrical god or a lyrical queen on a pop song. Bongos is a pop song. It was made for that purpose. It was not made to touch souls unless you're trying to shake your booty. Do you get what I mean?
The song was made to be like a viral.
It wasn't made... Yeah, exactly. When you want to make a viral song, lyricism and other things like punchlines, unless it's a really obvious punchline, subliminal things that you have to think about, things like, oh my, wow, what inspired them to write that? Those vibes is not in a pop song.
Yeah, I just think for me is that sometimes I do feel like for me personally, I hear like the ABC rhymes, and for me there's.
Okay, what does that mean? What does it?
Do you know
What
like
does that
when we talk
mean?
about ABC rhymes, like when I hear that line saying like I said, oh wait, like this tight like none.
So like
I
obvious.
don't know where you from.
So you mean like sounds like a nursery rhyme?
Sounds like a nursery rhyme
Okay,
when I hear it.
I think that's specific pop rap songs. For me, in my opinion, that's that formula. Like I like it like that. Like where was this energy for? I like it like that when that went to number one.
Oh, now you're calling me out. I don't like that.
It's a genuine question because we
Nah.
were all singing I like it like that.
But that is an ABC rhyme for me. But the thing is that for example, is that like when he has a pop song, I don't hear the ABC.
I hear
rhymes.
when she makes the songs. Nah,
Super bass don't sound ABC to me.
you got my heartbeat running away.
Well, for me that was the chorus, like because like I'm thinking like the verse is like like this one is for the boys at the boom system.
That's because she's rapping really fast.
Okay. Yeah.
If we say it slowly, this one's for the boys in the booming system, top down AC with the cooling system. When he come up in the club, he be blazing up.
Okay, I can see what you're saying.
You see what I mean? It's because she's saying it fast. Sorry, I didn't even know I knew the lyrics like that. I hope it's right. Please don't rip me to shreds if I was wrong. Her songs with where the girls at. So Nicki Minaj, when she collaborates with the DJs, the electronic music DJs, David Guetta. In your words, I don't like saying ABC because I think it kind of, what's the word? It's not is it degrading to the rapper? A little bit. It's a bit rude. It's like saying the quality of your raps is nursery rhymes. I think that's a bit rude / cheeky, but whatever. But when Nicki Minaj does collaborate with DJs, and it's that formula, I do hear that style. Like, David Guetta, where the girl's at, and she's got Turn Me On. Also, the boys with Cassie, that's not even a collab with a DJ, but Cassie, the boys. The boys.
I remember that song.
That's very poppy. I thought that had that vibe, but I'm not there saying, oh, it's nursery rhyme straight in. But yeah. And I'm a run up on you. Run up on you with Major Lazer, Nicki Minaj, and Party Next Door. So I guess what I'm trying to say is even if it's a pop rap song and it might have that, nursery rhyme style, that actually is what's for people's ears when we like these pop rap songs. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it means people they can't rap. Personally.
No. I'm gonna say for me the ABC rhymes doesn't mean that you can't rap. I just like when I hear the ABC rhymes, it's just for me personally. I'm just trying something like. It's just like, it is to me a bit of a nursery rhyme. And sometimes I feel like that for Cardi. I don't hear it as much as like Nicki. I even hear a bit for 𝐈_SPICE. But you know what? The minute that 𝐈_SPICE said, I'm not a lyricist and things like that too, I was like, I'm not even going to put any high expectations.
Fair enough.
I am holding Cardi to high standard because she's improved so much now. And she has put herself in such high realm that I'm going to hold Cardi to a harsher standard than I do for 𝐈_SPICE. When the minute 𝐈_SPICE says she wasn't a lyricist, she's aiming to do simple rhymes that go over your head, that's fine, because you know what? I'm not going to hold that against you. So I expect the ABC rhymes from 𝐈_SPICE.
I think sorry, I'm just using your words because I don't like the ABC rhymes, nursery rhyme. That's the formula for a pop rap song. Like, I think
there's a way to do it. For me, I think there's a way to do it, but to me, that doesn't give off ABC.
Give me a popular pop rap song that does not have any of that vibe.
Moment for Life is not an ABC song, is it?
That is not a pop rap song. Moment for Life is not a pop rap song.
I'm gonna have to.
I mean, a song that is pop. Like, it was made for the radio. And that's what Bongos is. That's what I Like is. That's what Turn Me On is. That's what Run Up On You is. That's what...
I'm searching this.
Where the Girls At is. Check It Out. Nicki Minaj, will.i.am. That is for the radio. I'm talking specifically songs for the radio. I need an example that does not have that style. Because, in my opinion, that's the formula for the radio. You make radio songs and then club songs and then songs that you're trying to touch and get emotions from people. They're not in the same category. Have you found one yet?
I'm in the process of trying to find a song that
we're gonna have
best
to move
constructs
on.
what I mean. But do you know what? We'll come back to this because we don't want to have
on.
dead air. So next up is 𝐿𝐼.
Okay.
And you can start with 𝐿𝐼 while I'm still trying to find a song that best constructs my point.
So 𝐿𝐼, perfect example of her radio song, Big Energy, that has that nursery rhyme thing.
I actually don't like Big Energy. That's a funny part.
But it,
But it was huge.
Does it not have the nursery rhyme thing?
I used to listen to Big Energy again. I know the chorus though. I can say energy.
Yes, it's that vibe. And I think that's the formula. Like, if you're going for the radio, that is the only avenue to go to make bread from the song.
Like, right now, I can't find a song that best constructs my point, so I'm going to concede on this one. But I stand what I said about the ABC rhymes. I know it when I hear it.
I'm not saying it's not there, but I'm saying that if you're going down the pop lane, that's the key or the door to get onto that lane. That style of rap.
I need to think of a song that best constructs
a
female pop
I will
song
take back everything I've
said.
That
Don't be sounding ABC to me. But we'll come back to this because we don't want to have dead air. So 𝐿𝐼, she had Big Energy with that Mariah Carey one, which was huge. Like, I think it got to like number 4 on like the Billboard. And then this year, so 𝐿𝐼 was an interesting one because she had a song called Lottery, and obviously she wanted to do Lottery. You can tell that she was trying to go into like her pop bag.
Yeah,
I was getting a bit of Doja inspirations with her trying to do Lottery, but people didn't really like that song. So and so she had Put It On The Floor, and then Cardi
that song did well.
Go Put It On The Floor again. I love Put It On The Floor again, and then she had this song. Actually, the thing is, I'm not sure if to mention this or not because the thing is, she had a song with Jungkook called 7. From BTS, and this was his first time going solo. This was his first solo song, and 𝐿𝐼 featured on it, and it went number 1. And obviously that was huge. It gives 𝐿𝐼 her first number 1, which is huge in itself. And then she released another song, and she's planning to release an album next year called Easter Party, and that song doesn't really do well. And so with 𝐿𝐼, I think it's interesting because 𝐿𝐼 has an amazing team. She's got a great team who gets her in so many places. So 𝐿𝐼 probably has probably one of the best PR teams I've ever seen. Very, very well structured. But I feel like sometimes we as consumers pick and choose when we consume her music.
I think that's fair to say. I do, when I go online and I see people supporting her stuff, it is very, very mixed. I feel like with some artists there's a landslide of just positive reviews. But with 𝐿𝐼, and then this is another thing that comes into it because I think 𝐿𝐼 can really, really rap. I think she's cold.
She can rap.
I think people, for whatever reason it is, maybe because she was originally called Mulatto, for whatever reason, people just have 5 million reasons not to listen to her or like her.
I get it though.
But it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like it needs to be consistent because the same people will then listen to Put It On The Floor, but then be like, oh, I'm not really messing with 𝐿𝐼. So I get confused with her fan base sometimes.
See, this is why I also struggle sometimes when it comes to celebrities and what we define as a fan base. Because sometimes this is where I struggle. People pick and choose sometimes when they listen to certain artist songs. That don't mean they're in a fan base.
Yeah, they might not be a fan. And that's fair as well. But I'm literally talking about people that are fans. People that identify as I listen to 𝐿𝐼. That's, in my opinion, that's a fan. Mm-hmm. A fan is someone that is... So a fan isn't, to me, someone that's listened to... I've listened to some songs... That's not a fan.
So let's say, like, for example, I wouldn't describe myself as like a 𝐿𝐼 fan, but I listen to the music that comes out and then decide if I like this song, it's on my playlist. If I don't like the song, then I don't listen to it. So I'm like, I listen to what I listen to. I'm not like a rabbit fan. I'm just like, if I like a song that I hear of hers, cool. If I don't, then I just.
But definitely, so on Twitter, or X now, I see mixed reviews on Twitter. Instagram though is mainly positive. On her gram specifically is mainly positive. I can't lie. I see lots of people engaging with when she's dropping remixes and things like that.
But then when I check the views and stuff and the analytics, this is why I keep telling y'all that this is why I can't take a lot of sometimes what people say online seriously.
True.
Because every time I think it's huge online, because the thing is, I like to check numbers, right? And then I check the numbers. It's not always consistent. So then sometimes I'm like, is the fan base really as big or are they loud?
Yeah.
There's a difference between being a big fan base and then just being loud in certain patches. And sometimes I theorize, and this is not just like, I feel like, I'm not even just from rap, this is just people in general. I feel like some of people, when it comes to listening to music in general, some of you lot are just loud online, but then when the time comes, you lot don't.
It just links to what I said earlier, but people can be lazy. Like, if I go on my feed and I just see Lotto's song, that doesn't mean I'm going to go then from there to go and actually listen to it. Unless I'm actually a fan. So yeah, it's just about engaging with people and really like making them invest into your brand. And what is it about you that I should go out my way to listen to your song? I think when people master that, that's when you know they've got like a fan base that's locked in. Because you know that there's a whole conversation of, are you an influencer or are you actually a musician?
This is a conversation we have about Sweetie.
Yeah, but you know, even just the rap girls that look good and they get brand deals, and sometimes people get confused because like there'll be less music and it's just the shampoo or the wigs you're wearing and all of that becomes, and then people can forget that you actually make music.
That's true.
And then some people might follow you specifically because they like how you look, they like how you dress.
Look at Ruby Rose.
They think
recently.
you're beautiful.
Ruby Rose.
Yeah, I mean, so that's another thing as well. So some people might get lost in that, like, I don't even know how to describe. Some people might just get lost in between the music and all the other things going on. That when you actually now put out what you initially want people to invest in, which is your music, they're like, oh, I didn't know that was why I was here. I was here because I like your makeup. You get what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So for me, in my opinion, that's another element that comes into female rap specifically.
It doesn't.
Because they now sell their aesthetic. It's not just about the bars no more. It's about what they're wearing. It's about the wigs. It's about, as well, which influences you're cool with. It's the whole thing. Like, it's including everyone into your life.
It's so cliquey. I'm like, female rap is very cliquey and like politicky. Yeah. Like, there's politics that go into it. So for now, moving away from Lotto, but yeah, I need to see like what Lotto puts out next year. But I just do feel like when she puts out music, people just pick and choose when they support. Because Put on the Floor was huge. 7 was huge, but then when she released her solo music, it wasn't the same level of support. So is it like when certain artists jump on, if that's the support, or people just genuinely messing with Lotto? Like, these are just questions that I have, and this is not to take away the fact that she's had a huge year. She's won her awards, so shout out to her. But
she's had a good year. I'm excited for next year for her.
It's the wish
she can really rap, so I'm actually not worried.
I was gonna say because album 777 was really good, but I'm just like, I get confused when it comes to fan bases and stuff. I think that's my thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so... Because I was going to say, so moving on from Lotto, this is how I feel about Lola Brooke, right? Lola Brooke has released, like, an album that nobody's talking about. Well, it's an EP or an album. When I listened to an interview...
It's called Dennis.
Dennis's daughter.
Dennis's daughter.
We listened to that. We listened to, like, part of the album. We're currently finishing it. It is fire.
It's really good.
When I say something... Nobody is talking about this album, and this album came out like a month ago, right?
Came out on the 10th of November.
And like, I'm hearing crickets about this album, and it's gone under the radar. And so we're on like the shade room and stuff, and she was doing this interview, right? And then she was comparing like, oh, what do people say that if you're not as big as like Ice Spice?
Because you came out at the same time.
Which was hella shady.
Do you know what it is? It's the shade room. I'm not surprised that they asked that. I think they were relying on her to give us an answer that would like get traction. But of course, my girl is too smart.
She's classy.
No, it's not even about being classy. It's just about being smarter than that.
Oh yeah, actually,
it's just being smarter than that.
I get what you're saying.
No, that was a set up question. Like, there's only for answers that for questions that obvious that you are trying to get me to say something to cause issues that's going to bring people to your page. Like, of course, there's only, in my opinion, there's only one way to answer that, and that was the way she answered it. It was timing, like, and she didn't even take away from the artist that the person was trying to be shady, not even shady about, but trying to cause issues with. Like, no, her answer was beautiful.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think Lola Brooke doesn't get the same support because she doesn't hypersexualize herself. I've spoken to Damara about this in private because let's just keep it honest. When it comes to female rap, there is strong conversations of. I know people tend to blame female rappers like, oh, all they do is talk about SCX. I mean, I said, I'm annoyed at myself. I basically said it, but I was gonna say like there is a conversations that they have to use that in order to sell and hypersexuality as a commodity, and those conversations are real. And if I'm being honest, I do feel like hypersexuality plays a huge role into hyper visibility of female rappers. Lola Brooke doesn't commodify or use hypersexuality, and I personally feel I think for me that's playing a role into why I don't think she's getting as much support compared to other girls.
With that being said though,
Even though she's crazy talented.
yeah, I think her talent is ridiculous. And I think her route is gonna be the longevity route. So it
Cult fan
even
base,
yeah.
but
So
you can
even though
nasty.
she's not, I'm not even gonna imitate it because it's inappropriate and YouTube won't let this go up. But even though she's not doing the stuff that all these other girls are, she's gonna be around in 10 years.
She'll have a cult fan base like
She's
a Rico Nasty, like a
literally,
cupcake.
she's coming over here and is selling out. I can't say that for all the other girls that are gyrating and doing all this other stuff.
Because
The talent is there. Everything is there. Whenever this is the case, it's always a slower but steeper projective what's it? What's the word? Projection, yes. Yes, I think Lola Brooke is gonna be here for years to come. Where did it go?
Does it make you upset? Like, does it personally make you upset that she doesn't get the same hyper visibility that some of the other girls do? Because
I think she
again,
will get it. I think it's gonna come. It depends on how you think. If you think short term, I want now, like, then obviously you'll start. When you start focusing on what other people are doing, and then you change everything you believe in, and you change all of that to fit what's current now, it takes away from the art. She's literally sticking to, or I'm literally acting like she's my friend and she's told me all this stuff. But from what I've seen, she's literally like, it seems to me, her and her team, they've got a plan. They've got everything in place. They're sticking to what they've made. She's not cheapening her brand. She's being very true to herself and very authentic. And that's why I believe she's going to be around. So it might not be that, yeah, she might not be getting 500 million views, but the millions of views she is getting, that's enough to keep her in conversations, getting into ciphers and things like I was on her page recently. She's on magazines, covers and things like that. So it's literally depends on the type of artist you want to be and what you want to achieve. Like, if you're doing things for the short term, like, oh, this artist, they're gyrating, they got all these views, but they're not talking about the talent. They're talking about the video. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think she's doing the other route. She wants you to really take her in. Her album or EP was dedicated to her. Dennis's daughter, that's her dad.
Such good, like, you guys, you're sleeping on her album.
Yeah,
like,
so I think that's the route she's going
listen
down.
to it.
She's selling her out. I can't say that about these other girls that are gyrating and might have millions of views on TikTok. Like, so to do things now and be hypersexual now, it's in.
It's a commodity.
It's in. If you're really talented, then yeah, cool. Sprinkle, get some more views. But there's a lot of girls that, let me not say the talent isn't there, but there's lots of improvement that they could do to be considered as serious artists. But they're not doing that because they're getting the views from gyrating.
And I also think it's because she's not problematic. That's why they
Exactly.
don't be posting her on the blogs.
Exactly.
Because like, when do you hear stuff about Lola like actually doing anything problematic?
See, we heard about when they tried to bring drama her way. She said absolutely not.
They don't post
her. No.
They don't post her on the blogs because she's not messy, and that's why.
Honestly, real fans that are locked in forever, that they're invaluable. Like, everyone that just comes to see you gyrate, then they go. That's not a fan. Like, she's actually, her streams are going to be regular. People are going to follow her grow. Like, seeing her career is so exciting to see, and can't say that about or some of these other artists. So
Yeah.
I think she's gonna be absolutely fine. Gyrating, no gyrating. If she does just start doing that,
No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually like, to me, I'm gonna call her a sellout. I don't care.
no, that's
because you know why
it might be she starts feeling herself like, yeah,
do you know
I'm
I
go.
Do you know what? I just feel like because in female rap, I just feel like because there's such a pressure for hypersexuality, it was like when Gorilla this year started doing that performance in BET.
There are levels to it,
and started
though.
trying to do that stuff too. And it's okay to
There are
be
levels
sexy.
to it. I don't think there's anything wrong with twerking a bit.
No, there's nothing
There's
wrong with
levels.
it.
There's levels.
But you know, like when Gorilla did on BET, people a bit like. It
She's
just felt,
a woman, though.
No. Like, I don't have a problem with you doing that, but I think it's just because when people doing it, I think people felt like. I think people's consensus was that we thought that it was perceived that you're just trying to be something that you're not, and then she responded saying that, oh, I was just trying to be sexy, but people were saying, like, people were wondering like, oh, is it like, do you feel like you have to push yourself into that in order to get more attention? And I think that's why people get worried that we don't want you to feel like you have to push yourself. I mean, she may be doing this of her own fruition, but some people were worried that she's pushing herself into that in order to sell. Which is where I get. So I understand all sides of the argument.
Yeah. I think there's just levels to it.
Yeah.
There's levels to it. There's nothing wrong with just tapping into your feminine side. You might not want to be girly all the time. You want to wear a dress. You want to like wink, wear a nice wig. Do that. Do your thing. Like, I don't think that's entirely selling out. I think, there's levels to it.
Yeah.
If she was there and it was just nipple tassels on, then, fair enough. But that's not the case. But let's get into Megan now.
Megan Thee Stallion. So
we need to wrap up soon.
Because we need to wrap up soon because we're going to go to Dance City Girls.
We got two more. Okay,
I was going to say two more, so we're going to keep these two kind of short and sweet.
Okay.
Megan Thee Stallion was gone most of this year.
Yep.
She starts with Bongos, which I've already said I was not a big fan of Bongos, but her feature...
Cold.
It was cold. Cobra, great song. Wasn't crazy about the chorus. This P depressed. Because like, it just came out of nowhere because she was talking about such deep stuff. Mm-hmm. And then when I hear the chorus, it just makes me like laugh because it's just like...
I love Cobra. I see the song as a bit of a cry for help though.
Yeah.
I love Megan. I'm not involved with anything outside of her music. Like, no comment on and no opinion. I wasn't there. Therefore,
we're not talking about...
Literally, I was not there. Cobra's a cold song. Everyone's going to overlook her pen skills, her delivery, her diction, the beat. Everyone's going to overlook that because of all the nonsense that's out there regarding her. And that's literally all I can say. She's amazing at rapping. She's amazing at performing. Like, I think people bring their personal feelings regarding her into her music, which kind of ruins music, in my opinion. We don't listen to her pen no more.
It's interesting. I just feel like ever since stuff happened, everything she does
all negative.
It's a controversy now. Like, am I crazy to think that she's low key become controversial?
I don't even think she's not.
No, not that herself. Yeah, but post events happening.
It seems like anytime I see anything about her, it's negative. She can't do anything right anymore. She breathes. Megan Thee Stallion huffed a little bit, but showed an attitude. Like, what is going on?
But yeah, you're right. So in terms
she can't do anything. Her performance, I saw negative stuff about her being at the VMAs. Why?
I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't know what's about. But if we're talking like, so she's now independent. So now because she's seen stuff too, it's going to be interesting because this is a testament of let's see how strong her fan base is. She's getting no label support. That means no radio. Radio play, I'm going to hit the mic. Radio play is the key to having huge successful songs. So her support has to come purely through streaming. So next year when she drops that album, it will be a testament to how strong her fan base is because there will be no radio support through no label. She'll have her management help as much as possible, but it is down to streams by her fans. So I'm curious to see just how much like the hotties are going to stream this one.
I'm rooting for her, but I know she's going to be fine because she's cold. Her music videos are always good as well.
I think I'm going to say, regardless of what like regardless of what you think about her, she has solidified herself a fan base, and she's branded herself like she's having a Netflix documentary coming out every year.
Oh,
Apparently, she's gonna star in a Netflix movie with Ben Affleck and some type of other movie.
See, so
she's already been doing her thing right now. So we can't say too much about her because
she's moving into realms that some artists dream to get into. So that's why I even think she's gonna be fine. It's gonna at some point it has to blow over. I don't, even if it's in 5 years from now, it will blow over at some point.
It's still going on this year. And the thing is, it's actually been a year now. Every post, it's going to a point. It's every post now. It's crazy.
Eye rolling. But I don't even want to bring negative stuff about her.
Yeah.
Megan, I'm excited for 2024 for you. Excited for the music. Excited for the tours and the rumored tours. You know, if you want to be a 𝐂𝐑 and come over, love that.
Last one.
Yeah.
City Girls.
Raw. I like the City Girls, by the way. Just gonna say, I don't know why she started that. I like the City Girls.
No, I'm analysing them in 2023 and how it's just gone like musically. That's why I'm making this face. Like I was gonna say Carisha or Young Naomi as what's it called, as an entrepreneur and social media stuff with Carisha, please. Amazing. But when I make this face, I'm talking about how the music has gone in 2023. And that's why I'm like this.
Yeah. Personally,
I didn't like Raw.
Yeah. Personally, what I think is... Okay, let me say this. What I felt was a lot... And I wasn't there, so I can't say this with like 100% certainty. But I just felt like their hearts weren't really in it.
I don't even think that's I think everyone's been saying that
I felt
at this point. Everyone's saying it.
Literally, like, when the album was coming out, I didn't even see that much promotion. I didn't even see that stuff individually that they were doing to promote the album.
They literally admitted that they didn't promote the album and they only promoted it after then they got backlash for the amount of sales that they got, only afterwards.
I think that type of energy and, like, attitude reflected in the music. Maybe that was the same way they approached the album. Maybe they literally just... It felt to me that this album was made because of some sort of, like, contractual agreement. Like,
I can see that.
I didn't feel the same way I felt and got that, you know, that fire and that fight and motivation, redemption, all of that from, like, their previous work.
I agree. Like, Raw... I just didn't feel the hunger that they felt when like Period and like City and Lock came out. Like I felt the hunger of two girls trying to get out from their area.
Even the one when
I just didn't feel the
JT just came out.
JT just came out. There was more passion there. I didn't feel the passion necessarily for this album. And again, I think they did not pick good singles to release prior to the album. Like Act Bad is a Diddy song, so we're not going to count that one. What was it, the next one that they released? I Need a Thug.
They put out... So Good Love also...
Good Love, but the thing is, you know what? I keep thinking that because that was like a year ago before the album came out.
So they even knew, like, from what I'm taking, like, this album was not a surprise. It's been coming out, so I don't know why they didn't...
Carisha's been saying all summer, like, City Girls dropping this summer, and then it didn't drop till, like, winter.
Literally.
And then they had I Need a Thug.
I like that song, I can't lie.
Do you know what? I think people didn't like that song because I think it was people were saying that you're saying, I understand people were saying, but it's just music. But I think it's because people were saying, oh, you guys are dating rich millionaires and you're saying I need a thug. But that's the City Girl, but I was saying is the City Girls brand is like, we like get with thugs. But I think people were like, but you're with rich men, so I think that's why people didn't.
Yeah, maybe it didn't resonate. Yeah, maybe that's why people didn't resonate with
There was another song that was like
Flashy. I like that song. I'm trying to see. That's the pop nursery rhyme thing you're talking about.
But one thing is that why did you not release that song for the summer? That one was a better song. They had this other song that sounded like Act Up Again that was released before that. Was it Face Down or something? They had another song which like was really random, Face Down. People didn't really like support that one. I just believe they picked the wrong singles and there wasn't enough promotion, which is why the album didn't really do well. And
yeah, I agree. I honestly felt like that album was made as a contractual agreement. The thought processes and things, they're just putting they were just like doing whatever they wanted. That's what I felt like. There wasn't, you know, the analytical planning and watching trends, things like that. I didn't think that thought was put into the album.
Their hearts weren't in it. Well, I felt like their hearts was in it, but I will say this is a quick comment before we start to wrap up. I think Young Naomi has tied her brand too much to Diddy. Because I felt like she put, like, rather than focusing on the City Girls, and obviously she has her own platform, Carisha Please, that she's still been working on. I feel like she's tied her brand too close to him, and now we've seen how this has backfired on her horrifically, especially for what the City Girls stand for, female empowerment. I do feel like they've kind of let themselves get over consumed by their relationships rather than the friendship and the music. And I think people see through it. Like, people are actually very smart. This is how I feel personally. I felt like she kind of just let herself as a city girl kind of be. Obviously, you can be in love and then be a city girl being in a relationship, but I just feel like she let herself get too consumed in that, and now it's kind of backfired on her with all this stuff going on. And because I remember somebody brought up a good point that she was promoting DeLeon, that drink that she has, because she works for Revolt, more than, like, because she promotes DeLeon with her Risha Roulette cards more than she promoted her album. And I think that was a good point that someone made, which is why I'm kind of bringing this up. But
yeah, I mean, maybe this we're seeing, like, you know, a new era for the City Girls. We're going to see.
I think JT's going solo.
Well, there you go. One's going to go solo, one's going to get in the entrepreneurial, socialite, presenting, acting bag. Maybe they'll come back together. I think that the City Girls in a different space.
They're in a different era.
Yeah, and it's the music, unfortunately, and the quality of it is kind of like suffering while they're in this transitional moment. It's a shame that they couldn't, I don't know, just hold on to that vibe that they had on for the other albums. I personally think they should have just hold on, like hold off, like just wait, go through these periods and then drop the album later when you've got the time and your mind's on the album and not all these other things. Because JT's got some brand deals now as well, or brand endorsements.
She's been doing good. I just think it was promotion. And again, why did you wait till after the album came out? Because I've been seeing them on Cosmopolitan taking shots, but this is after your album came out, and I just felt like this all should have done prior. If you watch an interview with The Breakfast Club, they were supposed to host an episode of The Breakfast Club themselves. That would have went viral, and then you guys couldn't get sorted out because of, like, and apparently they don't have management. That's okay. Crazy.
I don't know about all this.
They said all this on The Breakfast Club, so you guys can check The Breakfast Club interview.
To that episode. Look at us plugging other interviews and stuff.
But yeah, so we gotta go because this is. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. But that's how we're gonna end it there. Thank you for watching our second episode of the Unapologetic Melody podcast. If you want to tune in for more, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you for next time. So tune in next time for more topics.
Insta, TikTok, Damara Doll. Follow me, I follow back.
Insta, TikTok, Gina Adams. And we'll put our links to Unapologetic Melody in general. Thanks for watching.
Bye.